Welcome back to War Thunder Weekly News. This week I got three major stories. First one being more talk about World War Mode. They are now inviting non-squad members to the closed beta test. They didn't exactly talk about what kind of things we might see there, besides 150 players being in each battle, hence why squadrons weren't enough people. I signed up, filled out the application, I hope to get in, get you guys some neat footage of that. But there's not much else to talk about on this, so to the next topic. There was 2 live streams that happened, and in these live streams, a lot of questions got answered. The first live stream was in Russian and featured BVVD, a developer of War Thunder. He made 13 statements. I'm not going to read them all because it's 13, but where you can read them all, it will be in the description. A few that I found interesting was that they plan to revisit APCR and APDS, which will result in faster speeds and better trajectory. The post-pen damage will also be buffed. British APDS will perform better against angled armor. I don't get why they say only British 120mm APDS. And isn't the L7 cannon British cannon? Does that just generally mean all tanks that use L7s? Or is it only certain British cannons? I don't know. They're planning to add arcade markers for SPAGs with radar and RB. May come next major patch. I guess that is kind of a way for radar to sort of function. I'm not entirely happy with it. I think it would be cooler if they did it in a more realistic way. Also, what about radar on planes? How are they going to work that out? I think the biggest of this Q&A is they are planning to revise autoloaders and will add the ability to reload mid-clip. You will be able to change ammo types on French and the Chi-Ri too, without reloading the full 38 seconds every time. Basically, you won't have to shoot the remaining clips to do a full reload. It will happen automatically. This will also extend to the T-64A. It will have 28 rounds in the autoloader, which will slowly reload during the match. But if you will not shoot all 28 rounds in quick succession, you will have to wait long reload. This might extend to tanks with ready racks. I think the last bit of that sentence is actually the most interesting because it will affect a huge amount of tanks and how much ammo you take with you. For those who don't know, the ready rack is the small rack of ammunition next to the loader that he can reach to real fast. I'm assuming what this means is all the ammo in the ready rack will be used first, and that ammo will load much faster than the regular reload. But while being unloaded first, that means to have it loaded in the first place, you need to take just about all of your ammunition, which leads you open to being ammo racked much easier. That in itself, the ready rack is easy to shoot, being in the turret many times. Another concerning factor is depending on how fast the ready rack ammunition lets you fire, it could render autoloaders almost completely useless. But anyways, there was actually one statement I very much wanted to bring to this, is the first one. The next few naval tests are going to be only fixes and tweaks, but after that you can expect content, ships and maps. This is rather interesting, much more interesting than just the announcement itself, but we'll get to that later in this episode. There was another stream, this time in English, with Shawn, the PR guy. The stream with Shawn was more relaxed. Shawn himself isn't a developer, he is a PR dude. And so he doesn't exactly know all the answers, but he's about an ear length away from it. So I don't really want to go through each individual question that he answered, because there's a lot of them. And typically the answers are just positive, because he's not, as I say again, a developer. He's a PR guy. But I will link in the description where you can read just about all the juicy bits you can get from this live stream, and I don't know if the live stream's still on YouTube. But things that he hinted towards was the Xbox One release, and the AN2 for Tier 1, and new things coming to Naval. But did not put a direct word on exactly what it was. Now you might be thinking, I keep on hinting towards something about Naval. Finally here we're gonna get to start digging into the juicy bits. There was a data mine from Glorious Mike 10D, and he dug up the regular information that you would expect. The thing that I cared about the most was the number of vehicles you need to unlock to get to the next rank for naval forces was revealed. Oddly enough, it only had 4 nations: USSR, US, Germany, and UK. And normally this would be nothing, but on the Russian VK site, on the official War Thunder page, they announced a contest for a slogan for the release of open beta for Navy. The contest ends on the 15th of February. I believe it's only open to Russians, which is understandable because Russia isn't one-to-one with English. And some of the things that they make up make no sense to us. But Anyways, if you don't know, currently Naval Forces is in pre-beta closed testing. And of course, you can't go from pre-closed beta testing to open beta testing. This had led to lots of confusion why they had even talk about open beta without the closed beta starting. And on the forums, a member of the store team made a note in response to someone saying the open beta starts very soon. He replied, "No, we said about the closed beta, that is, with actual research naval trees available to testers." I think the final conclusion to this hectic announcement of naval closed beta being soon is that we're not going to see it in February, maybe March. As BVVD said, we're still going to have a few tests before we see any new content. So we're going to have to wait a few months, but I guess perhaps internally they have it on the calendar when they want to open that up. This store team guy later went on to express that not all the trees are going to be included in the closed beta testing, regardless if they were in the pre-beta. And this relates back to Mike 10D's chart of us only seeing 4 of the 7 nations in game. And this leads to a final conclusion that Japan is not going to be in the pre-beta, which I think is stupid, and Gaijin should reassess their thought pattern. But the store guy isn't always right. He has been wrong in the past, if I remember correctly. As a final bit of news, Joy Division, the guy who has brought in those other 2 German planes that I'm blanking on the name of, seems to have an even greater model of the HE-177, a German heavy bomber. I'll link in the description if you want to go see at the 3D rendering. It looks very cool. Hoping that we see this in patch 177. If it's not there, that'd be a huge disappointment. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you did not enjoy the video, hit the dislike button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I make these news vehicles every weekend. I make sometimes random videos throughout the week, so if you want to be notified when I do upload one of those, hit that bell icon. You should get a notification. And anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. 相手は撃破されました。